It's the Harvard. That noise you hear, the Harvard bark it's called, is the very tip-top of the propeller going supersonic. So it puts out that very distinctive noise. And then when it's flying away from you, you get the sound of that beautiful Pratt & Whitney radial engine. Sounds glorious. For you film buffs out there, you might recognize the Harvard, because in nearly every film in like the 60s and the 70s, because they couldn't get hold of a Japanese Zero or a Messerschmitt 109, they just get a Harvard, put some markings on it, and call it a Zero or a 109. So my wife hates it when I point that out. I go, that's a Harvard, that's not a Zero. And it's like, yeah, whatever, Joe. So this Harvard is privately owned by Captain Greg Corley. He's an EasyJet training captain. And they are a thirsty little beast, these. They weren't built with the word economy in mind. 40 to 50 gallons an hour it's throwing out. So very expensive to run. This aircraft is a genuine 1942's aircraft. It's not been messed with in any way. Very, very original on the inside as well. And as you can see, a very heavy aircraft, and ponderous, I suppose, is a word you'd use, but that was exactly what you wanted in a training aircraft. You didn't want things happening fast for a newbie pilot, because they would struggle with that. Is about the principles of flight, pitch, roll, and as we just saw roll there, it's very capable of rolling. Although again, don't roll for too long. It's got no fuel injection system, so you're only allowed to be upside down for as long as the fuel is in the carburetor. Lovely barrel roll on the outside, and I'm sure a lot of people from Blackpool will be familiar with this aircraft, because it's actually based up here at High G Jets at Hangar 4 in Blackpool. Lots to see and do out at Blackpool Airport as well if you're into your aircraft. I know there's some flight experiences out there as well, so have a look at their website or visit blackpool.com. and that's got all the information that you'll need on there. Now, the gentleman at the controls, John Hurley, he started actually flying with the Royal Air Force on Vulcans. And he flew cocktail and captain's tours. Then he was posted to Germany, where he was flying in Buccaneers. Slow barrel roll from the Harvard, and that's where you trade off the height to speed. You've got to make sure you've got enough speed going into those maneuvers, because as you can see, it's almost like it's hanging there at the top of it. You think, wow, is that going to slip out of that? But no, it just keeps it going. John, of course, very, very accomplished on this aircraft. After he flew Buccaneers in Germany, he converted then to Tornadoes, and he was in Germany until '94. And after being told that he was being promoted and was going to be flying a desk, he went, okay, I think my time with the Royal Air Force is up. So he then moved on and decided it was time to leave. He did a tour in RAF Valley as a squadron commander on the Hawks before that, though. After John's tour with the Hawk in Valley. He then joined BAE Systems and continued flying the Hawk. In '96 he joined BAE Systems as an instructor, teaching fast jet pilots to instruct on the Hawk. Did that for 15 years and then started his own company, which is, as I said, Blackpool High G Jets. And they operate the Strike Master, we saw earlier, or we will see later. Also they've got the Albatross jets in there. Very nice flying by John. As I said, not a lot of power to spare in this aircraft, so when you enter into those pitch up maneuvers, very important you know your airspeed. You have to be traveling at a certain speed, so you know that when you get to the top of that loop or half Cuban or whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to be able to enter out and you won't, what we call, slip out and stall at the top. So that's why you always see him pitching the aircraft down a little bit before he starts pulling it up, build up his airspeed. Very nice roll at the top, just flattening himself out, keeping that height that is going to translate into speed as he comes back down. As I said, the Harvard was a fantastic, very strong, sturdy platform for flight training. Many pilots went to Canada on them, and John gives us a little wing wave there as he heads off back to Hangar 4 at Blackpool Airport, where I'm sure some days they'll have open days, you can go and see them. So a big thank you to John Hurley and the Harvard. So flying the aircraft today, Sean Chiddington leading the pair on his third year. Doing the Royal Air Force straight from school, and pitching up from the JP, so we'll be used to this in the left field. Type of